A week and a half after the Conservatives rolled out ads criticizing Justin Trudeau's lack of experience and judgment, Trudeau and his Liberals have responded with an ad of their own. And of course, the Liberals chose to launch their ads surrounded by friends. Makes sense. Trudeau's first job is to shore up his political base. The media.
Well, Liberal leader Justin Trudeau has been saying he will not go negative, despite the Conservatives' attack ads. Tomorrow, Canadians will see how Trudeau will respond. The Liberals will launch their own television and internet campaign. Tonight, our Chris Hall can give you a first look at what you'll see. Chris.
Well, Peter, these are the first ads the Liberals have put out since Justin Trudeau became leader. And if you're expecting something flashy, well, it borrows more heavily from his time as a teacher than as a politician. Have a look.
So that was last night. The CBC National was happy to give the country a teaser to build up the release of a partisan ad as if it was a national news event. Now, you know, terrorist bombing in Boston, terrorist plot against Via Rail, election in British Columbia, Eurozone in a financial crisis. Who cares about all that? Justin Trudeau cut a TV ad, people, to fight back against those big bad bullies in the Conservative Party. So yeah, the Media Party launched the Liberal Party's ad for them. I wonder if they had to do that promo there, well, on the CBC with a few different takes, just to tone down their glee a bit. Now, you think I use the phrase media party as an insult. I don't. I use it as an objective, empirical description and observation. They are a clique of friends in Ottawa and Toronto, culturally similar to each other, aesthetically similar, similar in background and similar in their political taste. They're left of center. And they're friends with the people they cover who are just like them. They've got nothing in common with, say, a person like Preston Manning. He's not hip like them, but they just love them. They're Justin Trudeau. I mean, could you ever in a million years imagine them joking around with Vic Taves like this, posing for a picture like this? I mean, first of all, I know that Vic Taves is too dignified and serious. So he's not a Peter Pan man-child like Trudeau. But put that aside, as Vic Taves or Stephen Harper, if they actually wanted to just joke around and take fun party pictures with reporters who claim to objectively cover him day to day, do you think that those reporters would agree to it? Not on your life, because they're not friends. The Media Party and the Liberal Party are friends. Now, when the Tories released their ad, it wasn't lovingly promoted by the Media Party. Let me show you the contrast here, in fact.
Will they put a dent in his popularity, or could they backfire on the Tories?
He's harder to frame than Stéphane Dion or Michael Ignatieff, so the ads can backfire.
This one hits the target, or could it backfire?
Did the attack ad on Trudeau actually benefit the Liberals?
Oh my goodness. Seriously, you can't pose for a Facebook friends picture one moment and then not come to the aid of your friends the next, can you? The media were out in full force. Here are just a few examples of the war room style responses to the Tory ads by the Media Party. Oh, the word backfire was there 100 times. They were doing anything to say, you can't hurt our man Justin. Anyways, I've kept you in suspense for too long. Finally, here is the Liberal ad, as it was released after the CBC did some tax-funded PR for them. In the ad, you'll see Trudeau decided to avoid the Conservative criticisms of his lack of judgment and experience and focus on the fact that many years ago, he was briefly a substitute drama teacher. Here's the ad.
Hi, I'm Peter Griffin. You know, I grew up in this town. Quahog needs a moral, upstanding school board president, someone we can trust. Well, a lot of nasty things have been said during this campaign, but pictures are better than words, because some words are big and hard to understand.
Okay, sorry, wrong video. That was just the inspiration for Trudeau's ad from the cartoon Family Guy. Here's the Liberal Party's copycat ad. Look.
Justin Trudeau, he's in way over it.
Canadians deserve better. We can keep mistrusting and finding flaws in each other, or we can pull together and get to work. I worked hard to earn the confidence of folks in Papineau. I worked hard to be the choice of Liberals, and now I'm going to work hard to earn your trust. I'm proud to be a teacher. I'm a son, but I'm also a father. And although I am a leader, I'm here to serve. I'm Justin Trudeau, and together we will build a better country.
Now let's start out being positive. Let's give the man some credit. His shirt was only undone by 2 buttons, not the usual 3. And he kept his usual William Shatner dramatic actor voice in check a little bit, so that's a plus too. I'm not sure if Trudeau has spent more time actually teaching. I mean, he was a substitute teacher a long time ago, drama, poetry, that sort of thing, not so much the algebra equations on the wall there. He was a teacher until he got bored with teaching and he moved on. And he started a degree in the environment, but then he quit that when it became boring and so on and so on. I'm not sure if he spent more time on that or if he spent more time giving paid speeches to school boards for 10, 15, 20,000 bucks a pop. This list of schools on the screen here, school boards, unions, universities, Trudeau made a mint, giving them vacuous pep talks, most of which came only after he became an MP. But fine. This is Trudeau's attempt to redefine himself as a positive guy, as a constructive guy, as a civil guy, not a mean, shouty arguer like those Conservatives. And the Media Party have bought it, of course. I guess they forgot about this thing?
Canada was among the leaders in creating the...
Order.
Don't know if you heard it, that was young Justin shouting in Parliament that a cabinet minister was a piece of shit. We sort of blacked that word out. So yeah, that went down the memory hole because the Media Party has decided that Liberals are sweet and Conservatives are nasty. Listen, I like teachers as individuals. I mean, I like my kids' teachers. I think we all do. We entrust our kids to them. But I'm not sure if that is the strongest rebuttal to the Conservative charge of inexperience. Is being a substitute teacher years ago really sufficient preparation to deal with heavy things? I mean, Trudeau's last visit to the CBC showed that maybe it wasn't. Remember this?
You're the Canadian Prime Minister. What do you do?
Over the coming days, we have to look at the root causes. There is no question that this happened because there is someone who feels completely excluded.
Yeah, talking about not excluding anyone, playing nice, and understanding why someone feels marginalized. It's good practice for an elementary school teacher, but it just doesn't work when you're dealing with terrorists from Chechnya or Jordan. Sorry, it's just not true. What that trite book says, that everything you need to know you learned in kindergarten, they don't teach you how to fight against jihadists or Al-Qaeda in kindergarten. But don't tell that to the Media Party. They brought in their top experts to rebut the Tory charges against Trudeau. The big guns, the mighty Globe and Mail, our most authoritative newspaper, just ask them. Voice of the country. They put, how do I put this gently? They put their former restaurant reviewer, Joanne Cates, on the file. Seriously, they gave their restaurant reviewer a half page in the Globe and Mail to make the case that, contrary to what the evil Stephen Harper might say, being a teacher or a camp counselor is in fact excellent training to be Prime Minister. I am not making this up. I am not taking this out of context. You can't make this stuff up. Here, I'll quote it at length. Here is the Globe and Mail's expert, Joanne Cates, foodie on Justin Trudeau. She writes, "It's important to understand how hard and important a job camp counseling is. Consider the attributes of a successful camp counselor. It may indeed be a job that builds competencies well suited to running a large and fractious country. Put 10 young kids in a cabin for a week or a month. It can be a powder keg. Sure, camp is fun and 99% of children adore it, but there are inevitable and sometimes intransigent struggles. Where else in life do leaders learn to solve conflicts in a group and help individuals find their way to peace so they can live together in harmony? A PM looking to negotiate among the provinces, or perhaps even the Middle East, might do well to have some of the camp counselors' mediation skills," unquote. Seriously, what can I add to that? I mean, the Globe and Mail thinks that a summer camp can be a powder keg. They use that word after actual powder kegs exploded in Boston. Did they not see the irony there? They're talking about conflicts and peace and harmony, and that separating 10-year-old kids is training for how to deal with the Middle East? Are you serious? So maybe when Vladimir Putin threatens to veto new sanctions against Iran, we can tap into Trudeau's summer camp skills to solve that. When China is caught hacking into Canadian companies for industrial espionage, maybe we can use his experiences in finding harmony to make Xi Jinping see the error of his ways, and he'll just stop it, or he'll get a timeout. Maybe all Ahmadinejad and Kim Jong-un need to stop being marginalized. Maybe that's all they need. We've got to stop treating them like bad people, and maybe they'll stop acting like bad people, right? I mean, it worked out one day at the craft table at camp in Algonquin Park, right? Justin Trudeau's an empty suit. You can't be a rich kid playboy for 40 years and then suddenly read a few briefing notes written by smart people and make up for a life of leisure and luxury and intellectual incuriosity. I got nothing against trust fund kids. I got nothing against kids with famous dads. I'm just saying sexy hair and undone shirt buttons are a fun distraction. But that's the point. They're a distraction from the fact that Justin Trudeau just isn't ready to deal with the great issues that a prime minister has to deal with. A year ago, we heard reports that Trudeau felt pressured into this leadership run by friends telling him he had to save the Liberal Party and strangers telling him it was his destiny. Those reports rang true to me. Justin Trudeau isn't a fit to be prime minister. And all the pretzels that the Media Party is twisting themselves into, trying to prove that he is, well, they only make it more obvious.